So what's up, YouTube? What do we got here? So I'm over here at Echo Canyon Trail, Camelback Mountain, Scottsdale, Phoenix, Arizona. Absolutely beautiful spot. Wanted to make this video because I wanted to talk about a couple different things. Number one, there was 3 men from a bachelor party that were visiting from out of town that ended up seeing Angela Tramonte and Dario Dizdar on the trail. Show you guys some pictures of that. That way you can kind of take a look and we can go over the story. I'll also be posting links in the description. I just want people to understand that the fact that this situation has yet to really receive an update. What's even more disturbing is the medical examiner's office in Phoenix said they will not be releasing the autopsy report for approximately 90 days. So it looks like that is confirmed. And apparently they're saying that they did the autopsy. They said they're still waiting on the findings of the toxicology report, I guess, to come back. But the fact that there were individuals that were witnesses that saw them on the trail and also witnessed Dario Dizdar in the parking lot said that he had unusual, strange behavior when he said that he had split up from his partner, Angela Tramonte. So the whole thing about it that's very, very, very strange, I mean, as you guys can see, you take a look at this mountain, it's a pretty dang big mountain, you know? Like I've said before, I don't really think that water or dehydration was really an issue. I don't think that I think that that's really more of a cover story, but then again, who knows at this point. But it does seem like an alibi. Lots of questions about the strange behavior from Dario Dizdar. Also, his initial statements to park rangers here, and not only that, but also Phoenix Fire, saying that he hikes this mountain all the time, knows it from top to bottom, hikes it at this time of day on a regular basis. And then in his official statement on record to Phoenix police, he had stated that he wasn't really familiar with Echo Canyon Trail and doesn't really know the mountain, not familiar with it. So the point of the matter is that now we have all these other issues. So the guys from the bachelor party, one of the guys had noticed days later after it happened that the couple that they saw on the mountain was Dario Dizdar and Angela Tramonte. So he called Phoenix police and said that he wanted to give his statement and some concerns that he had about the strange behavior of Dario Dizdar after he claimed he was looking for Angela and she wasn't down here in the parking lot. So the dispatcher had told him to call silent witness, and he was making it a point to say, I want to leave my name and phone number so that someone can follow up with me and I can make an official statement. That dispatcher had told him, no, just go ahead and call silent witness and just leave the information that you have. And like I said, in a situation like this, regardless if there is a homicide investigation, there still should be some sort of investigation. You think that they would want all the information from all the individuals that had contact. Not only that, but, you know, not just having contact, but were witnesses to seeing them and could, you know, further be character witnesses, whether it be for or against the official narrative. It was, you know, information that you would think Phoenix PD wanted, but they didn't. Man, it's beautiful out here. But I got to tell you something. I think one of the most frustrating parts for me is just seeing this situation where there's many, many aspects. It's like an onion. It's many layers of this that needs to be investigated. And somehow it just seems like Phoenix PD wants to cover it up and cover up for one of their own police officers. And it's just really, really sad and upsetting to me. And that's why I'm going to be a voice for Angela Tramonte as much as I can. That's why I said that I think all of us need to email or call the district attorney's office, attorney general, and put pressure on the district attorney to launch a separate investigation. Not just the city of Phoenix, but through the state, for them to take that authority or get the feds involved. Since it's something involving a police officer, regardless if they say no foul play suspected, I think a state or federal agency should be investigating this. I'm sure many of you would agree, because it seems like It doesn't seem like we're going to get much justice from the Phoenix Police Department. And I think at this point, it also brings into question the fact that Angela's autopsy report is being delayed. 90 days for an autopsy report to be revealed? Oh man, that's suspicious. It's like, why did they want to wait that long to release that information? I mean, are they hoping that it'll blow over, hoping that maybe something will happen? Maybe they're hoping people will just forget about it. I'm sure, as you know, for many of us, we're not going to forget about it. This is definitely a very, very big issue. And, you know, if this could happen to one person and some person's death can be covered up of the real circumstances responsible, it can happen to any of us. You know, you don't have to be hiking a mountain to be in this type of situation. So when you see and you look at how big this mountain is, and they, in the official report or, you know, statement, not, you know, we don't have Angela's side because Angela's deceased, but we're supposed to believe Dario Dizdar and believe everything that he says when he was already caught on record in 2009 lying to a Glendale police officer. It's another video I can do, give you guys an update on that, also share that article with you. Like I said, I'll probably do that in a separate video. But I just want everyone to understand, this is a mountain that you rarely ever see people without water. And usually when you do see them without water, it's because they ran out, not because they didn't bring any at all. So I think that off-duty police officer Dario Dizdar is using that as a scapegoat, or excuse me, as an alibi, you know, as a justification, and, you know, to excuse what happened and say, well, you know, we were up there without water. It was 105 degrees. And so, you know, she was saying that she was tired and overheated and she wanted to go back down in the parking lot and get in the AC. Another thing that I thought was weird is the ride share that he took. I mean, everyone knows, even if you come up this trail, it's like you don't necessarily get lost. I mean, you pretty much know your way back down. If you generally know your direction. As a Phoenix police officer, that he's been an officer for over 10 years, you would at least have a good idea of where your direction is. So the ride share, that's suspicious and weird to me. Also, I believe that Dario still had his car keys on him. If she was going down to the parking lot to the car and cool off in the air conditioning, why did he still have his keys? The GPS on his phone can be tracked through Apple, through Google. Our microphones are hot all the time. It's always listening and recording data, information. State investigators, detectives, if they wanted to access that information, they could. The federal government can very easily access those records. Beyond that, the fact that there are so many other questions, and we're not seeing any updates. It doesn't look like they have any intention of launching an investigation. That's why I made a video yesterday saying that everyone who cares about this issue, whether you're from Arizona or not, to please contact the district attorney of Arizona and demand and pressure them for an independent investigation. Because I think that's the only way we're going to see justice. I mean, whether, you know, I saw Angela's friends, they did a GoFundMe page for her, and, you know, raising money to send her body back, funeral expenses and legal fees. But ultimately, the sad part about it is that you have a situation where no matter how much money they raise and you get lawyers to do this and that, I mean, yes, a lawyer would help. I mean, because you could subpoena the state. I don't know. There's different legal action you could take. But I think all of us just need to put our voices together and make it a point to say, we want justice for Angela. We want to know what really happened. And ultimately, it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere, getting any information. I mean, for God's sake, they're covering up the autopsy so that it's not released for 90 days. You know, that's unacceptable. Having us wait for 90 days, the public. I mean, her friend. Imagine how her friends and her family feel. If you had a family member in this situation, you had to wait 90 days for the official cause of death and toxicology report and all that stuff. And it's like, what? 3 months? The autopsy was already done within the first, you know, week or two, whatever. It was already ready. So yeah, so there's just, it's very frustrating. I think that ultimately what's going on right now is an example of Phoenix Police Department already has a lot of bad press right now because they're under investigation by the Department of Justice for civil rights violations and misconduct and abuse. And they definitely don't want any more bad press and attention beyond what they're already dealing with. And they know that this is just, you know, another thing that will really hurt the credibility of their department. But what they don't realize, or whether they care or not, by covering this up, they already have hurt their credibility. I mean, remember, you know, officers, y'all took an oath, okay, to protect, and ultimately don't really much, I'm not seeing the integrity of that oath being embraced and honored, unfortunately. And so here we are, Camelback Mountain, Scottsdale, Phoenix, Arizona. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I definitely will be doing more videos about this. I will still keep on it. I don't want people to forget about this issue and for it to get swept under the carpet, and I feel like we all need to do what we can to make our voices heard as much as possible and continue to do what we can. And like I said, a big part of that is reaching out to the District Attorney of Arizona and all of us putting our voices together. Maybe we might have to get a petition together and get, you know, hundreds or thousands of signatures to really put the pressure on, but I think that's where it's come down to now. So appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for supporting United USA 2020 and beyond. I will be back with more, and y'all have a good day. Check you later.